Welcome back here to Reflex GT. It's time for our second game of the day after we've already seen ourselves quite the upset.
I mean, this game that's coming up now is going to be absolutely brilliant. Lowland Lions against westernWolves, and as you were saying, that upset, no, I don't think anybody really expected PMP to be Epsilon, the favourites of the tournament. PMP are actually going on now to play versus Link. The winner of the PMP and Link match will play the winner of Lowland Lions and westernWolves.
Which is going to be quite good indeed. I'm actually going to go ahead and go straight down the wire and say that westernWolves are going to pick up this game and meet Link in the next round.
See,
although PMP with their performance versus Epsilon just now kind of mixes things up as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, the thing is with these two teams, westernWolves are currently the 3rd seed. Lowland Lions currently the 5th seed. That's based off the Deserto predictions as opposed to their actual ones. Although I believe
no, they're based on the reflex points.
Lowland Lions 6. Well, I mean, two very highly seeded teams here. Really could go either way. westernWolves do seem to have the edge at the moment, but you know, we've got the experience of Daredevil, who's been to pretty much every reflex. I think every single time, has he? I
think he's even been to Reflex GT1, which is the only Reflex GT that I personally haven't been to. If there were Reflex GT points for just attending, I would be up there together with Strict and Knifer.
Exactly.
So.
We could make a team. We could dominate them.
Yes, that'd be a I'm sure.
You've seen my sniper skills
in
public.
Absolutely.
In between the games.
Absolutely great.
Brilliant.
Indeed. But yeah, there we go. It's Lowland Lions versus westernWolves. They're basically the same organization. Lowland Lions is the Benelux name of the team, while westernWolves are basically their international team. So that's already a very interesting setup right there. They split up their divisions earlier this year in order to work together. And there has actually been some chat with Lowland Lions to work together with the Farico team, which is exactly what is happening here. Lowland Lions, Strict, DNA, Rush, and TMKill, who originally already originated from Farico to begin with. They were, at least all of these players have been in Farico Yin at some point in time.
Exactly, and Farico Yin being at the time the best Farico team, so they are top caliber players. I mean, if we have a quick look at the westernWolves lineup at the moment,
there's the Mac,
I mean, arguably the most successful player. You know, if we just look at EGL placements, he's won 3 out of 4 EGLs first place.
Foreign as well as the Goat.
Dope Goat. Well, it was the last one EGL 4 was Fnatic that he came first in. The only one that he hasn't come first in, he actually came 3rd in, which was Fnatic at ECL 2.
Right.
It was actually Royalty and Mythics who beat him. Played alongside Toby for a long time. It was only ECL 1 that I believe they didn't team together. Daredevil's just come out of his victory in Modern Warfare 3 Battle of Amsterdam.
Together with Epsilon, where he was replacing Agony for that event.
But Black, even though you know he's had a lot of success along the way, not at Reflex. He's not played in any Reflex games.
He has not been in Reflex GT since Reflex GT4, and I believe the last time I did commentary on him was when he was at the the London qualifiers for COD XP, actually, last time I did commentary on him, and that's already like 8 months ago now.
A long time ago. I mean, going way back to ECL 2.
And that was Black Ops as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. ECL 2, he came 2nd in Royalty. ECL 3, 3rd in Foreign. So, you know, very respectable placements. EGL 4 didn't go quite to plan, though. That was when Apex had a little bit of a blunder, as did many other top teams. What we're actually going to do now, though, is just jump straight into this game. We have got the invites through. It doesn't pop up on our screen, does it?
No, that's because we have the notifications set off, because
we get a lot of notifications.
Yeah, it's like, hello, what's going on? Messages. Like, I love you, Rel, and all sorts of stuff that we cannot... anagrams for ginger, basically, is what we see a lot. That's basically... That's basically what pops by quite a lot. We will be taking away on towards the first maps of this setup. It's the second map of the match of today. It's the winner bracket round 4. Our match is going to be Bootleg, our Lockdown, Arcade and Underground, and Seatown if necessary. And Bootleg so far has already sprung up some very interesting stuff throughout, especially with PMP versus Epsilon.
Should we talk about that?
We can talk about that for a little bit, I guess.
That diffuse. I mean, I actually went downstairs and had a little bit of a chat with the guys. It was actually, Agony was using Tommy's controller, Apex Tommy's controller, and he's blamed Tommy for that. Apparently, when he didn't get that diffuse, he stood up and shook his controller and was going, Tommy, your controller. So, you know, he's blaming the controller. Tommy was just sat there
Always
laughing.
Blame the hardware when things cock up. That's the best way of doing it.
It must be, Brad's probably going to stay with him for a while in his Call of Duty career, if you will.
Well, it probably will be, but in all honesty, it only happened once. They still lost all the other 2 maps as well, so there's stuff to go and talk about there as well. But you have it. It's Lowland Lions versus the Western Wolves. Lowland Lions come out with Rush, DNA, Strict, NT, M-Kill, while the Western Wolves with the Mac, Daredevil, Toby, and Black. Let's take it away here on towards Bootleg.
Yeah, we're watching Strict at the moment. We're going to start off with Lowland Lions. He's made this big push down the right-hand side, just above platform, hanging around chickens. No support, like you're saying. Daredevil's going to make that kill.
Daredevil pretty much Daredevil considered to be one of the best players in the world individually. Consistently playing top scores in whatever team he is in, and it doesn't really matter what team he is in to begin with because he just picks up at any team. Yep. He gels just perfectly with just about any person in existence. Like he could walk up towards like some cave in Afghanistan and talk to Talibani, and he still gel with that guy, like no problem,
and get a half decent
exactly,
placement.
Exactly. It's still like place third or fourth in an event. Yeah. Now, strangely enough, Battle of Amsterdam was the first time that Daredevil actually got first at a Dutch event ever.
Yep, which is a bit surprising. I mean, let's just look at his GB singles record.
Exactly. he just managed to perform again and again and again. And this is a guy that even has a controller named after it.
Actually, there is a controller. Yeah,
yeah, it is the Scuffed Daredevil.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
that's brilliant. But yes, I mean, this is his official lineup now, though he is an official part of Western Wolves. He's not picking up here, and they're coming out in full force. They want to prove themselves. They did actually have no seeding points from previous reflexes, but it would have been unfair to match these against one of the top teams from the word go. So, you know, things have been discussed and worked out, and the brackets, I believe, are as fair as they can possibly be.
Yeah, I believe the idea in the long run is to actually have a system in place for attendance, and like you attend an X amount of, like you get premium points or like premium access to ReflexGT if you have done an X amount of events or even X amount of points. So the better you perform, the more bonuses you get, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Go to the event, like cheaper land tickets, that sort of thing. So.
I mean, Lowland Lions have actually caught one flag so far, so they do have the upper hand on Western Wolves. However, some really great play from Western Wolves. It actually went 4 down temporarily, I believe. It was at least 3. Has allowed this flag pull. It's going to be up to DNA to stop this. Is he going to pull a flag, or is he going to wait for them to come to him?
We're about to find out. DNA, he is waiting for the mountain to come to him. Waiting for that flag. Very nicely done. On towards the defense. It's not going to be enough. Gets completely and utterly sidetracked by Toby. He just came in from the side. Strict needs to hold up this flag. It's not going to be able to happen. This is going to be a 2-0. It's going to be in the 1-1.
Yeah, Toby went huge there, getting that 2-piece, allowing that flag to be captured. 1-1. Things getting really close between these teams. It was a very early flag capture by Lowland Lions, actually. Probably shook Western Wolves up a little bit. But this is actually Western Wolves' second game of the day. So, you know, they are warmed up, as are Lowland Lions, after they came fresh out of a win against
Gods of the Arena.
Yeah. So it was actually Western Wolves. It was Synergy.
Synergy Lash.
Yeah. So they took that game to them. And, you know, 2 great teams, potential winners for the tournament, arguably, here.
Yeah, absolutely, especially now with Epsilon towards that lower bracket, and it's definitely going to upset things a little bit, as they're going to pretty much have a free roam up and towards the next part of the brackets. I was actually quite surprised to see Lowland Lions as well as Western Wolves together on the same part of the bracket. I had kind of hoped to not see them play against each other until the upper bracket final, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things, you know, there's no denying the fact that the teams here are less than last time, but what is good about this tournament is that the teams that have attended are really the best of the best. We've got some really strong teams in this tournament. This is just the morning bracket that we're working through at the moment, but in the afternoon, I believe it's going to be Apex, Farico Dragons, all sorts lined up for you guys.
And of course, we cannot forget about Esports Delta.
Yeah. We cannot forget about them at all.
And Pain Game.
Pain Gaming. The Spanish Armada are waiting.
Let's see whether or not the English Navy can sink that Spanish Armada. That is the question. Let's get back in towards this game, though, as the Lowland Lions again finding themselves to get against their brothers, the Western Wolves. And it's all tied up, and it's pretty much as expected, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Lowland Lions have actually got a good little push here. It's Black that's going to kill Rush. Strict gets Daredevil, which I think leaves Black all on his own temporarily. This could potentially be a flank capture now for Strict if he's got the support of his teammates. Oh, Black.
As he says, even though DNA does manage to clutch himself out of the situation, can he follow up? No, will not happen there. The TM kill will get himself the cap, and that's going to make it 2-1 in this series in favor of Lowland Lions. And it's going to be the second half here on this on towards Bootleg. Let's see how this is going to go. The last kill was on Mac. Actually, quite long distance there.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a really late capture by Lowland Lions. Something about the actual team as well. I think this is the strongest Lowland Lions team that there's been so far. I think it is really the best of the best when it comes to the Dutchman. You know, obviously, I think Daredevil, I'd probably put Daredevil in the top 4 personally, but he's with Western Wolves. So with him out of the question, these are the best 4, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Daredevil, he is such a... Yeah, he is such an interesting player because you never really know what to expect of him, aside from the fact that he will place himself high in a tournament.
What's actually interesting about this game so far, every Lowlands Lion player is negative on kill-to-death ratio, despite being 2-1 up on flag caps.
Yeah, every Dutch player in this match is negative, except Daredevil, who just managed to get himself a nil on the board. However, let's stick with Daredevil for now. He's onto this defensive, is on towards that point-blank range fire with that PP9. Perfect positioning. Can just head glitch right through there.
Long range
Even
shot.
though I'm not quite sure about actually facing here. And now he's finally got himself to back up and is up towards the push. The rest of the Western Wolves on the push as well. They're going to go for a 3-way down the middle.
Yeah, he had to be careful there. He's clumping up to his teammate a little bit. Has separated now. Stuns are just coming in though, as our Semtex is. Daredevil is weak and in trouble, but gets the kill. 2 down against Lowland Lions. Not the 3rd though. Lowland Lions get 2-piece of their own.
Toby is on the back foot. DNA getting himself a double. Yeah, that was pretty much to be expected on towards that high ground. Mac in the meantime going for some high ground action of his own. 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes remaining with a 0 to... Actually, it's 2-1 right now in favor of the Lowland Lions. So definitely the pressure on towards them. We'll see whether or not they can actually get themselves out of that situation. But I doubt it's going to be possible.
It's going to be difficult. I mean, I was speaking to Toby before from Western Wolves actually, and he said his team haven't once practiced Seatown in a long, long time. They do not want this to go down to the final map, so they need to either end this 3-1 or 3-0, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. Let's watch Daredevil low as he cuts back a little bit. With only 3 minutes left on the clock, we're going to need to see a little bit more aggressive play from Western Wolves, but they have got to be cautious. They can't let things slip because that is only a 1 flag difference. He's going to switch over to roadside, not meeting anyone, but he's probably going to come head-on to with an ACR sooner or later. Still continuing this push. Does not meet anyone, but there it is. It's Strict playing extremely defensively. TM Kill's going to pick up Mac. That's 2 down. Toby now is stunned in the middle, and this is really bad for Western Wolves, but Black is going to cease any sort of push.
Black definitely holding the line indeed. This is going to be enough because so far, well, he's actually in a pretty good position.
Yeah, Black's renowned for being an extremely defensive player. You could argue he's the equivalent of the Lowen of Black Ops that we saw. Lowen actually plays a little bit more aggressively.
He is actually here as well.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. Lowen's playing in a linked lineup, but he has switched his tactics up. I do feel that Black, though, plays extremely defensively. He does his job incredibly well, though. Did make that push up to platform. Unfortunately, doesn't get the 2-piece, but it is going to be Daredevil sneaking around the back of everyone.
Actually, I want to point something out here. Every single player on Western Wolves are using Slay of Hand. There's no marathon on any of these players.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Usually you'd see the objective player, at least one player with Marathon, to be getting those flag pulls, but obviously, you know, opting for that sleight of hand benefit. Questionable, but, you know, they're the pros. They're the 3rd seed in this tournament, predicted 3rd even, so, you know, I'm going to trust them. They obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah, let's see whether or not how that... Well, actually, we may have ourselves a decent push here from Western Wolves. Nicely done. Toby will pick up a nice little attack, although he is by himself. He cannot push out just yet. Needs to wait for the rest of his team to come out. He's actually going for it. See, that's what happens when you're going by yourself. You get shut down, and all of a sudden your entire team are down. All 4 wiped out, and this is the time for Lowland Lions to go and extend.
Yeah, this is really bad for Western Wolves, because not only did 4 go down, but now they're going to have to play the final minute of this game a little bit defensively, which is not what they need at all, because they are trailing by 1 flag. They need to just go for it and make some risky pushes. And Mac is going to try and do just that with only 50 seconds left on the clock. He's moving up here with his teammate Toby, taking an alternative route going down the roadside. Lowland Lions will no doubt be playing extremely defensively at this stage, and that's 3 down.
There we go. And again, Daredevil will be the last man standing with his PP9 on towards platform. Will need to fall back and wait for the rest of his team. Have they spawned yet? They have good spawn as well, right on top of the platform. They need to all 4 move up.
Yeah. And this is going to be it. It's going to be the final push now by Western Wolves. 2 of them go down. It's up to Daredevil and Mac to make this flag pull. Mac gets a kill. Daredevil's got to go for it. That's another one down. Only 1 person alive for Lowland Lions.
Spawn is a fact.
Here we go. And this is the push.
Oh, here it is. But that Slay of Hand is going to be very, very annoying for them at this last point.
Oh.
No, it's not going to happen. But only with 10 seconds on the clock, it wasn't going to happen to begin with.
I mean,
17 seconds maybe, but
I think if the stun grenades weren't coming in, it might have been possible. Like you say, without Marathon, no, maybe not. But that's going to be a win for Lowland Lions. I don't think that's a particular upset. You know, both of these teams are extremely strong, even though I do feel Western Wolves are the favourite to win. But, you know, there's 4 rounds left in this best of 5.
Absolutely, it can still go either way. However, if I have to look at this like this right now, I do think that Lowland Lions are going to take it 3-1.
Okay, so
Daredevil on S&D is always that factor.
Okay, it can go either way, can it, for Daredevil?
Yes.
Well, we'll soon find out. We're going to cut to a very quick break now, and then we're going to go on to Search and Destroy. Lockdown should be an interesting game, so please stay tuned, tweet this out, do what you can to spread the stream and increase those viewers.
Cage,
Yeah?
let's go to this drive-through.
Oh, good. I'm starving.
Yeah,